Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nanyang Championships. Here with myself, ODPixel, and Ben Merlini. Woo! We're back with EHOME versus Fnatic. This is, of course, the second series of the day in Group B, and this is the first game of that two-game series. Earlier, if you missed it, we did see DC get taken down 2-0 by LGD. But Ben, EHOME versus Fnatic, is this going to be a closer matchup, do you reckon? Or is this going to be heavily favoured to one side in particular?
I think pretty heavily favored towards EHOME.
Yeah.
I think a little bit more lopsided than the LGD-DC match. EHOME has been, I think, really good, especially with the addition of Old Chicken, surprisingly. And he's kind of come out of nowhere. I saw him play a little bit, I think on like Energy Pacemaker, but he's actually meshed into the team quite well, even after the loss of their fearless leader, ROTK. And Fnatic, I think, have been underperforming. They barely squeezed by in a rather weak SEA qualifiers for the majors. And sometimes they just, I don't know, they were looking really good at like a couple months ago, and then I don't know what happened.
Okay. Well, we'll see if they've brought it back for this tournament. You know, playing on a LAN
Bring it
environment
back.
can be very different to, you know, doing it online. So we'll see if they've got what it takes here to go against the big boys, EHOME. The draft so far, nothing really too much out of the ordinary from either side. I mean, pretty much...
Invoker ban is very
actually, yeah, sorry, I missed that one out. Yeah, Invoker ban. Necessary against Fnatic? Yeah.
Invoker's good.
Yeah.
He's a pretty good hero. He's also really good versus Spirit Breaker and Queen, especially the Quas Wex Invoker. Oh my gosh, it's devastating. Spirit Breaker can't ever get a charge off, and Queen gets owned by Cold Snap. You're kind of almost forced to get an early BKB.
And would have been very good against the lineup with a Wyvern, and of course, you know, you can't really cold embrace anyone because Invoker's just going to lay down his combo around them. So, understandable ban, yeah, as they continue off the draft. And Fnatic now with their fourth pick, still in need of that position 1 and a second support here for the side. Let's see what they do decide to opt for here. I mean, anything that's kind of glaring that's left in the pool of heroes that you reckon that Fnatic might be thinking about?
Oh, is this the SD Mirana again? They pick SD a lot. They picked it a decent amount in the qualifiers, and they paired it with Mirana a decent amount. If they didn't get the Mirana, they liked Lina.
How did they do in those matches when they did that?
They did okay, but they were playing all SCA teams.
Okay, so it's quite...
Like, Mineski and Fnatic were, by and large, the best teams in the SA region. Even the third team, 1-2-3, was not that strong.
So doing it against EHOME might be...
Yeah, I think doing it against EHOME is very dangerous, but it's pretty good for Starkseer, I would say. It's also pretty good against a Spirit Breaker rushdown. But it's especially good if you have a hero to combo it with. So expect, Lina or Priestess of the Moon Knight. Maybe expect after Mirana.
I mean, they're not still one of these teams that runs the old safe lane Leshrac, do they? Post 6.84 error.
I mean, they tried it once at ESL, but after they lost the game so badly, I don't think they're going to try it anymore. Core Leshrac is very difficult to incorporate.
I was going to say, I wouldn't really want to see it.
Lina's, I think, is generally a lot better than Leshrac right now.
Or running it safely.
Yeah, sure. Why not? And you have Wind Ranger for late game.
Getting the kills.
EHOME also does not have that much late game, so you're fine. Wind Ranger's really good late game. Yeah. Like, I think she can beat most of ones in a one-on-one with even farm.
I'll find a ban here for EHOME. We'll see what they're most scared of Fnatic picking up in terms of combo and with the SD.
I'd be much more scared of Lina, personally.
I mean, 3 intel heroes. We don't see Black go for the AM this game, do we?
AM's also another option. I think AM's pretty good. It's
kind of works with the SD in terms of just getting out those illusions early. I mean, PL's going to be banned out, so they're thinking on those kind of hard carry lines.
Yeah.
The Black AM, will we see
I guess because they've already picked Wind Ranger for Mushi, then they're more likely to pick. I think most of the times I've seen SD +1 was when they had a Wisp in their mid lane, which meant Mushi played the safely hero, which often he would pick Wind Ranger for.
Ooh, Luna. Okay.
Ooh.
I mean, I guess so the SD anyway we're talking about is he's going to be comboed with the Dazzle anyway in lane. So they've already got that synergy going. They just needed someone to come in with
It's just rare. Like, you don't see Shadow Demon that much anymore.
No.
He's really good with Luna for the high ground push, though. It is incredibly good. Disrupting and sending illusions. It's like if you have that in a Manta, you can get so much damage on the tower without risking anything. It's also really good against Winter Wyvern. If someone gets Winter's Curse, you just disrupt them. And that person doesn't get owned because the range is slightly longer. But he's definitely the most unusual picks out of these. But nothing that really set it up. No good lockdown for Queen of Pain aside from Shackles.
Okay. I mean, obviously the issue here maybe for Luna is the fact that it's going to be a Spirit Breaker roaming around the map. Do you think the Spirit Breaker is going to be disruptive enough for the Luna to be worried, or is the SD, you know,
it really
got the
depends.
potential to stop the SB?
I think it's all on how the Darkseer does. If Darkseer gets zoned out early, then they're fine.
Ooh,
but
cool Bristleback, position 1 by the looks of it. I
Bristleback.
guess if you get
Bristle.
kind of lead and farm and then you start to push down lanes, I mean, can you just run at the Luna? Is that the plan here?
I'm still trying to piece it together. It's you don't usually see Bristleback versus a Dazzle lineup because Bristle doesn't
That's
have a lot of
true,
burst.
Yeah.
So the weave, like whenever there's a big fight happening, Dazzle will drop weave, Bristle will start at stacks, but by the time you get a lot of stacks, you can't do that much damage because he has so much armor. So it's kind of very strange in that aspect. I'm still trying to figure out why they picked it though. He also gets decently kited by Shadow Demon, but I don't know. Maybe just want a frontline melee bruiser to kind of run at the Luna and tank the Eclipse, or just make her feel pressured. But I thought she would already feel pressured already with the Spirit Breaker.
Yeah, this is. I mean, EHOME's draft here. It's certainly the run at you strat, you know, as you're saying. But
yeah, maybe they have like good synergy with the Darkseer and the Bristleback. We haven't really seen those two heroes in combination because most of the time they're both offlaners.
Oh, looks like we've got these issues. We did have some of these earlier. They did seem to kind of rectify themselves as people were able to continue on.
Luna's the weak point in their lineup. They have to be able to pressure the Luna a lot or kill her, I'd say, like in the mid game. She's incredibly weak if she doesn't get a good start, like a free farming lane. Even if she does, she's still a little bit vulnerable into the BKB.
Oh, Ben, we forgot the overlay.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There we go, champ.
That is...
Don't worry. We knew the overlay was there. We were just testing you, testing you guys, seeing if
making sure Twitch chat is alive.
Yeah, well done. You've passed the test, Twitch chat. Thank you very much. Oh.
So Mushi already TPing down to place a ward. Really want to secure his safe lane. Yeah, he expects a contest though, I would say, from... Let's see, what are they going to do? Queen mid, maybe Wyvern roam, Darkseer top. Darkseer crushes clock, and then...
Oh, you think that we're on the aggressive here?
I mean, it's looking like it because
Yeah.
Old Chicken's already running down there.
Okay. I kind of like... I mean, we were talking about going against the Luna, the fact that there's going to be that point in lane where you can...
Yeah,
Definitely take
it's so
advantage
hard
of the fact
versus
she's
Dazzle
squishy.
though to pressure it. I think.
Yeah.
But like Dazzle with magic sticks charges is just gonna be able to heal for days on the Luna. But you can see that Fnatic kind of expected too because of the early TP down. So they really want to make sure this lane goes okay for them. But I don't know. I think it's perfectly okay to just run Darkseer in the off lane too. But a lone SD can zone him is a big problem with that.
Okay. Well, hopefully something will continue on here. Just waiting for the internet to fix itself.
That's a good question,
I mean,
man.
yeah. If we could help, we would.
CCY, just question mark.
Oh,
Oh.
there we go. Can
Well,
you
booze it
translate,
down
Ben?
means I don't know.
Does it actually?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there we go.
Mei banfa. It's like there's nothing we can do about it.
Oh, that's a good.
I know
one,
a
Ben.
little bit of Chinese,
Yeah, this
but
is
not that
impressive.
much.
This is good, man. This is why we get you on here. What's going on here, Ben?
We can ask Ellen. She's behind us.
We do. What's been said, Helen?
I know Mei Wunti. That's the only one I know. I want.
He wants to eat some buns. Okay, there we go. No problem. Oh, no problem.
Give me the first blood.
CTY asking for the first blood here.
Black said,
Yeah.
You come.
You come?
Kill you.
I'll kill you. Wow, Black with the fighting toy there.
What does it
Thank you very much. Helen.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
There we go. Live translation.
How does Black
for
know
you
this
people at home.
much? He's really good. I'm surprised he can banter with them. Nilaya. Wow. He can only type in Pingyo. It's still pretty good. I'm impressed with Black. Yeah.
Hey, what kind of effigies have these guys got now, Ben?
Oh yeah.
Are they in English or are these in
Pray for
Pray
the win.
for the win from Ohio? That's nice. That's what we got.
What else?
Pain of Gain.
What is this?
Mushy. What is it? Is it
Queen
white?
blinking?
Is it
dying?
Is it Wyvern in Cold Embrace?
It's Queen.
Oh yeah, it is.
I think she's
It's
like
the spawn animation.
Yeah.
Maybe. Let's go see what EHOME are rocking.
Whoa.
What does that say?
What's your zoom in button? I have no idea.
No, you press that. Click on that.
Helen?
Has he got 3 arms? That's terrifying. What the hell's happened to him?
Those are just wings.
No, but his wing's holding a sword.
Oh. Yeah, what?
It's a 3rd arm.
I have no idea.
What is this? Welcome.
This is
that's
Timber?
Timbersaw. Okay, that's a
That's
building.
not
Test
the
it.
building I wanted to click on. What's this one?
Where's this one? ...
Dot.
What does that translate to, Ben? There we go. Looks like we're going to try again.
Frondillo. No.
Oh.
It's okay. I got it.
There we go. We got it. Right, we're back on. Let's hope the ping's fine. Looks like everything's fine. No one's insta-paused back straight away, so we should be good to get ourselves on the road here with Fnatic versus EHOME. Game 1 of the 2-game
safe lane
series.
Queen.
All right. Okay. I mean, this is going to be quite... So I guess it's going to be, what, Bristle back in the mid?
Should be. I mean, Old Chicken's our mid player, but I didn't...
Yeah,
I
if
didn't
we're
know
going to
if he was
actually
going
run it
mid.
that way. Yeah.
Okay.
So deciding to up the Bristle back... I mean, against the Wind Ranger, is that a fairly good lane then for the Bristle? Or is that
I don't
the
think
way to deal
so.
with the Wind Ranger? No?
I don't think it's that great. He's generally not that great versus ranged heroes. He's okay in versus melee or versus Wisp X lane. Okay. You want to introduce?
Well, let's go for it. So on the side of EHOME, we're going to have Lanham here playing on his Wyvern support. You're going to have Kaka charging around the map on Spirit Breaker. It's going to be 11 on his off lane, Darkseer, Old Chicken in the mid lane on the Bristle. It's going to leave CTY here on that safe lane. Quap. And, well, Ben, as you're here co-casting with me, do you want to go give us the lowdown on the side of Fnatic?
Fnatic, we have DJ, a.k.a. Chrissy, on the offlane. Clockwork, Ohio, on the support. Dazzle, Nets, on the Shadow Demon. Black playing the mid Wind Ranger. And last but not least, Mushi on the safe lane. Luna, see what cosmetics he's rocking.
Oh,
Godlike's Priest 2.
Only 2 Mushi.
That's pretty good with Luna.
2?
With Luna?
I guess
Since
it's not bad.
since it
it's
came out on
probably
the
not a hero
compendium?
that he plays a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Luna's not
anyone plays a lot.
Luna's not that common. I think that's good.
One thing though, EHOME's draft, I guess the nice thing about it is the fact that all their cores are going to be very comfortable in lane on their own. So it's going to allow the Wyvern and the Spirit Breaker to be very active across the map. So they can just constantly choose wherever the pressure is going to be most felt here by the side of Fnatic and just step it up from the side of EHOME.
So let's see. Magic's wand already picked up first by Black. He knew this was coming. And so 11 getting the good start. Good start is you don't get zoned out until level 2. So that's pretty good. And already going with some pulls. It's tough though because they don't have a stout shield on the Luna. One of the downsides of having Luna, she's like not that great at tanking creeps versus on the tower, which you're gonna be forced to do fairly often, I would say, versus Darkseer. And I don't know. They're still okay though. They have the Dazzle heal sustain.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the combos. Yeah, when they get the double shells out onto the Spirit Breaker and the Darkseer, they can just run at people. But yeah, they've got an SD to turn it around. You know, if the Darkseer tries to surge away, they can try and get the disruption in after.
Good interruption by Kaka with that pull. They really need the level 2 at least.
Yeah. I mean, EHOME really are relying on these, well, at least the Spirit Breaker, to be able to find something around the map early on, because the later it gets with that Luna, it's going to be scary, especially with Black as well. If he gets to the point where he's going to be able to start making movements around the maps and looking for those solo pickoffs with the shackles and the focus fires, they've got to be careful. But at the same, the Wyvern is one of those heroes that's just really nice to have against a lineup with the Wind Ranger in, because every time the focus fire comes out, you've got a cold embrace, and suddenly, you know, Black's going to have a lot harder time at getting that kill that he was looking for.
At the same time, I still think that Wind Ranger's pretty good versus it, because like generally a lot of your damage comes from focus fire. So if someone gets cold, like Winter's Curse, you're not actually killing your own teammate. And on top of that, like, he's generally sitting behind someone, which makes it, I think, somewhat easier to shackle. But yeah, Cold Embrace is decent. Focus fire is like so low though. It's not like a you know, it's not like a BKB or something, right? It's not like, okay, you had to deal with it once and then that's the end of the fight. You have to deal with it multiple times throughout the fight. So it's tough. Wind Ranger, I just think is really strong at the moment. Good hero.
Well, at the moment, the lane's still fairly passive between both sides. You've got 11 trying to move in here with a shell and the punches. But it's as we keep saying, it's going to be hard for either side's on this bottom lane ready to find kills. Maybe more so for Fnatic to get something onto EHOME if they find themselves a nice disruption.
But they have level 3 on Darkseer though, so that's good.
I mean, the mid lane, CS-wise, pretty close between the two guys. Old Chicken doing fairly well in this Bristle. 14-1 against the 16-for-3, so keeping up with the pace of this Black Wind Ranger.
I wonder if they're ever going to start stacking Ancients for him yet. Looks like they aren't really that concerned about it, just mostly trying to secure 11's farm this early on into the game. And I think they saw him drop that Observer Ward. They should have at least. They have to be worried about stacking though, because Darkseer can take it out pretty easily. They might just Iron Shell the Spirit Breaker and just run him in. So it's a difficult lane for these guys to deal with. He doesn't want to get hit by Heal Bomb though, so he won't actually walk into creeps.
We're going to see the Heal Bomb come out here, and it's going to bring 11 fairly low. They get the beam in as well. Kaka doing a little bit of a self-team block there, but it doesn't matter. 11 gets himself out. Oh no, he doesn't. Black came in just in the right time with a power shot, and Kaka's going to get taken down as well. Nicely done there by Fnatic, and as we were saying, EHOME, they may have wanted to go aggressive with that lineup of having those two heroes on the off lane, but Fnatic just have the means to deal with it, especially when Black turns up with a nicely placed power shot. And he's going to go for TPI here. He'll be fine. No way to stop that one, so gets himself away from the Wyvern. But good start here for Fnatic again. 2 kills on the board.
Yeah, that's pretty much a free lane for Luna then for the first like 7 or 8 minutes. That's incredibly good. That's the first step for Fnatic. Secure Luna's farm. Make sure Wind Ranger doesn't die. And they're not pressuring the Wind Ranger at all, so make sure that Luna's very protected. And on top of that, they're able to utilize their spawn very well versus the Darkseer. So that's, a huge win for...
Well, top lane, we're going to see a charge. He's not going to follow through though, Kaka. He realizes that the cogs would be there. A little bit too hard for him to go too aggressive on.
Overall in team fights too, like EHOME's is much stronger. They have the Vacuum Wall, they have the Winter's Curse, even the Sonic Wave from the Queen of Pain, whereas Fnatic, all they really have is like Eclipse, I would suppose. I'd say it's a really strong team fight ability. Maybe Shackle Shot.
Ooh, okay, you got Kaka trying to go in onto DJ, gets a bash. The Quap has just hit 6, so there is a Sonic Wave available as well here. Let's see if they decide to commit, and CTY is. He's going to blink straight over here. Hasn't got the mana, though, for the Sonic Wave, even with the stick charges, so maybe just overestimated his mana pool there. Same time, bottom lane, Net moving in with a higher one to the Darkseer, and you just don't get yourself out of this one, surely. No, not a chance.
I'm surprised he didn't kill steal with the...
Oh, with the poison.
No, with the
with the beam. For Luna, yeah.
Because you want as much gold as possible, get your HOD up and start doing stacks, but maybe they're more concerned about getting farmer supports, because gold on supports is just so hard to come by. It depends on which player you talk to. Some of them are like, supports don't get any opportunities to get gold. So one where you have to choose in between the carry and the support, you almost always give to the support in the early game. And carries just farm the lane. Whereas some people are like, carries are the most important people on your team. You just give them all the farm. That makes sense. So it just depends on the player. I don't really think there's a right or wrong way.
Oh, we got Lanham just checking out the top rune here, but DJ will be able to bottle it. Bounty rune for himself. Black gets himself a DD on the Wind Ranger bottled up here, so he's definitely got kill potential. Bottom lane, Mushi's been left on his own as the supports from Fnatic have looked to see if they can make something happen in the mid lane. 11 just checking out the jungle, seeing if there's any spooky business going on. Realizes the supports are missing. He's just going to take out the smaller camps himself with the shells. This offlane Clockwork, how's life going here for DJ at the moment? He's finding a fair few levels, he's getting the XP, closing in on level 5, so certainly going better than EHOME's offlane was. And well, Lanham versus Ohio here, kicking off. Arctic Burn will be used so he can fly away across the tree line and bottom lane. Now looking to catch out this Darkseer, and I think he just might. He's got the disruption. Mushi and Ohio moving in, and again, unfortunate plays here from 11, and it's going to cost him his life again.
He underestimated the Luna Aura. The Lunar Blessing gives you so much night vision. He wouldn't have gotten that off without that. But that's really bad for EHOME.
He's died 3 times now in the offlane here, 11 on this Darkseer.
Surprised they're not further behind in net worth though. Only 1,000? That's pretty good for 4 kill deficit.
We're going to see Black trying to move in here with the DD, the focus fire, trying to close the gap, but can't get close enough here to Old Chicken. Maybe being a little bit too ambitious there, popping the DD, hoping for that one. And he couldn't quite keep up with the Bristle. But I mean, what's EHOME's game plan now? I guess send the Darkseer to the jungle, and yeah, that's what they're going to do here.
Get some levels.
Play him safe.
Get kills with Queen 6, even though that hasn't happened yet, and get just more ultimates online. They're way stronger at team fight, so it's okay if they lose a laning phase. It's not that big of a deal. Trying to limit Clockwork's impact too, because Clockwork I think can kind of isolate the Bristleback as well as the Darkseer, and those are your heroes that you really want with some sort of farm. So looks like they've done decently in the keep DJ down part.
He's closing in on that 6, and we'll be able to start moving around. They're starting to stack up those ancients, but it is, well, they do have an observer ward nearby Fnatic, so they're going to see that happening. And of course, with the Luna, they definitely have the potential to try and take that away from the side of EHOME if they find themselves in the right position. Just closing in on that Helm of the Dominator here, Mushi, and doing a fair bit to this bottom tower, just forcing him back in with a Splinter Blast. And yeah, 11 just creating the stacks, making them up. Kaka's playing a bit safer as well. I mean, this has got to be an issue, though, for the draft of EHOME. The fact that they do pick heroes like the Spirit Breaker, and we're 8.5 minutes in, and they've just not been able to do anything with it.
That's okay. Just charge them up, or put an Ion Shell on them, charge in later for team fights. It's not a huge deal for them, because they do have the superior team fight, although they do not have a superior late game, so you kind of expect them to turn things up. Fnatic's kind of like, where are they? And maybe they didn't realize that they stacked up so much for them. You see these illusions scouting out from Clockwork, kind of trying to gain information as to whether or not they smoked, like whether they're doing Ancients, like where exactly is their team, because they are a very mid-game focused team with their lineup. So it's pretty good for them. I think they kind of caught back up in terms of economy because of that, and now they sent back the Wyvern into the bottom lane because they're done contesting this after the 4 deaths.
Yeah, they want to be very careful with what they throw away, especially when, as you were saying earlier, the fact that it's Luna getting involved in this, getting good amounts of farm here, getting that decent timing of the Helm of the Dominator.
It's a good sentry. He just killed Observer Ward that was like pretty much on the edge.
That's top lane. So there is the hook shot now on this Clockwork. Let's see what DJ can do with it if he decides to head across the map, or if he's going to stick around for a few more levels. And bottom lane with this push, Mushi might just find himself the tower. It's going to be a charge throw on him.
Oh, this is the time. He's a great person to kill.
Yeah,
I guess they have defensive disruption. Well. Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be a big pick off if EHOME can find it. They've got Lanham following in as well. And Kaka leads forward, but the disruption's there. Very nice. But the Eclipse isn't going to do that much damage in return. They did need to disrupt because of the fact the charge would connect, but maybe a little bit miscommunication, the fact that Mushi instantly pops the ultimate. Nonetheless, I mean, Luna gets herself out. Maybe a missed opportunity for a turnaround kill, but Fnatic just play it safe here, and EHOME don't find anything with that initiation. So I might find out, actually. This could be an easy solo kill here for the man. He's got a charge being marked for it as well, so they'll probably just wait. No, he says, I want the solo kill here. Oh, he just sets it up for Kaka. Nice man. Nice man, old chicken there. Trying Kaka take the kill.
Well, he went on him because he thought he was trapped in this little pocket. So that's like okay, whatever. If he disrupts, he's still dead.
That's true.
But he was level 6, so he did have the potential to kite him if he went for a solo kill. But Spirit Breaker was close enough.
Bottom lane, old chicken trying to push Mushi.
What's old chicken going to go for? Drums?
Does he build the no, I guess Max be the Darkseer surely. Yeah, he's nearly got it done. He's managed to catch up a bit here in the jungle 11. I mean, does he go for the Crimson card this game?
Crimson's really good versus
with the Wind
Ranger.
Yeah.
It's also really good versus Luna.
Yeah.
I think it's worth it. But they also want like some sort of Roche potential too. So you could also go something else, yeah. Looks like Vanguard as his build.
Oh. If he would have found Kaka, that could have been a kill there for Black, but a little bit off point with a hook shot, unfortunately, from DJ. Nonetheless, putting some pressure on the mid-tier 1 and the bottom tier 1. As we can see, CTY pretty much halfway through the Orchid. That'll be a TP coming into the mid from Lanham. So, making sure that Black and DJ don't overstay their welcome here. Bottom lane, Mushi found himself the tower, got the last hit on it as well. Old Chicken just sticking around for some XP. Trying to find that last few hundred gold to finish off the Vanguard. Now DJ's found CTY here. CTY, he's going to be fine. Has the managed to blink away. Of course, haven't got that hook shot yet again here for DJ.
Nighttime. Nighttime's a good time to fight for Radiant. Although, don't know if they want to do it. She just picked up her HOD, so let's see what camp she's going to get. Centaur. You don't really want any of these, but I guess you just go for a creep now so you can start stacking. by the 13-minute mark. EHOME are surprisingly passive.
They are, yeah, with the lineup as well. I mean, maybe they're just waiting for those key item pickups like getting the Vanguard, the mech, and then we'll see them kind of group up and go. Yeah.
Yeah, it's already the nighttime though, so it's like slightly dangerous. Eclipse is already cooled down.
Ooh, Darkseer. Oh. It's going to be the mid lane, in fact, where there's a smoke up from Fnatic. There was a charge continuing through on the clockwork, but Kaka's going to hold on to that one in mid lane. CTY moving forward, spots some of the side of Fnatic out. Mushi net looking for a potential wraparound here, but I think Mushi just returns to lane and continues to farm hit.
Great smoke pop by CTY right there. He's like the one that's most difficult to kill. If he's standing around over here, there's like almost no way they can kill him. Maybe like a disruption into like a cogs pushback into shackle, but unless he's standing right behind a tree, or right in front of a tree rather, it's extremely difficult. So he's kind of the one that can just be super far out there. And they have the charge out on the top lane, so they can see if heroes are out behind him.
Mid lane as well, EHOME. Now keeping it together here. They don't want to be caught out by these hook shots and such. And the charge across, back just to the bottom lane. Kaka just looking to continue up some farm. Mushi, as you said, the fact that he's going to be able to start creating those stacks. Has he done any as of yet? That's actually EHOME that have got a fair few for the bristleback. He's yet to stack with
Mushi,
Sentinel. Come on, Mushi. He's missing the stacks here as well, so a little bit unfortunate. Did have to deal with there was a bit of action going on bottom, so maybe he's focused on trying to get a kill. And well, this hook shot followed up by Black's focus fire should be able to find 11. Nice block there from DJ, making sure Darkseer can't get out of the cogs.
Use the mech.
Might have saved him.
It would have bought him more time at least. You want to waste their time as much as possible.
Yeah. I mean, this is a very nice stack. I mean, EHOME, we've got to hope that they get this without Fnatic going for it.
I mean, it would take Luna so long to kill it though. Right, it's like, yeah, they can take it, but the time that it's gonna take them to do it, it's like it just leaves them way too vulnerable. And they have an observer ward over there. They ideally want to jack it as he gets low.
Old Chicken and Kaka coming in on the front lines, and now Mushi moves in with the Eclipse. They'll get one. The beams are nice for him. The shackle onto Old Chicken, but it's going to be showing his backside. Now with the cold embrace as well. They can't kill the bristle. Mushi, start punching him, my son. You got to get yourself out of here, because CTY comes forward with a sonic wave onto 2. The disruption and the shallow grave being thrown down onto Mushi, doing everything they can to keep him alive, and with a very nicely placed cogs there from DJ as well. It'll be enough for Fnatic to at least get the most of them out of there, though. They get the slow onto DJ. CTY's not going to continue to follow it down, though. But very nice cogs there, saving the side of Fnatic, and it's actually going to give the space for Black to just cheekily come back in on the mid lane and take himself a free tier 1.
And they have like huge wards down. These are like really good. And Old Chicken might be in some trouble when they want to go in. They don't have a smoke though to approach that camp, which is going to be really hard because they have this observer ward. But looks like DJ might be going for a hook shot.
Is he going to do it? I mean, DJ's performance so far has been pretty nice with the cogs. We did see him with the one hook shot mid, but I think we can forgive him after the back of that one. Let's see, Old Chicken, he really wants to take these. And he's actually going to move it. That's like, haha, I'm going to sit in throwing shadow poison, but now they realise he's there. There's going to be actually regen here for the bristle. That's nice. Starting to get those quill sprays out and the stacks up.
This is such a large stack.
Yeah, there's a reason why Fnatic are hanging around. They've got drums now on Luna. Eclipse is still on cooldown though from that fight in the mid lane.
Okay,
so
they gave up.
Just get this, yeah.
Screw it. So much gold though. It's sad to see that go to waste, but it's even sadder to throw the game because you really want that.
You can't go too all in here.
There's a lot of golems.
You got to realize your limits here.
Are they still trying to go for it?
They're pinging. They're looking for some kind of wraparound. There's still a fair few large ones in here. I mean, it's definitely still worth the fighting here.
They don't see the observer ward either. Whew.
DJ with the hook shot. He's ready to jump, but he's going to need the full backup. I think Mushi's kind of having second thoughts about fighting here. He's already sitting at half HP himself. It would be risky.
I mean, this stack's like kind of almost gone.
Yeah, I mean, Fnatic just really want to fight around it. DJ's going to move forward, just pops down the cogs. Just, I mean, it's
They don't want to walk up the hill though, because if they try and eclipse, they might not have vision. Actually, they have the observer orb, but they're still kind of obscured in this area over here. On top of that, like they just.
I mean, they've got to be careful around that choke point with things like the wall and Winter's Curse, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, they're going to lead in though. DJ with a hook shot onto Old Chicken now. Mushi wrap around, the wall has been dropped. Eclipse comes out with a vacuum now, and then the Illusion's doing so much damage. Now it's CTY with a wraparound Sonic Wave. They've killed DJ. They'll find Mushi as well. So the Shallow Grave comes out in time, and now with the Winter's Curse onto Net, he'll surely go down. The second pick off here for EHOME. Double kill for 11 as they also find Mushi. Black's going to look for the TP out here. Will he be able to make it? No, the win run doesn't last long enough to save him. A triple kill from 11, and as we were just saying, that was going to be always a massive choke point to fight in, and the fact that it was just an easy vacuum wall there for 11 on the Dark Seer. Yeah. He just pretty much redeemed himself for those kills he gave away in the bottom lane off the back of that.
That was such a sick vacuum wall. On top of like just doing a lot of damage, it soaked up a lot of the Eclipse hits too. So that's a level 2 Eclipse, I guess. Yeah, I think it was level 11 before that fight, but regardless, that was massive. Like at that point, if you're Fnatic, like why don't we just go in when the stack's like already low instead of when it's pretty much already gone?
They definitely kind of one-track minded that stack and were like, we need to fight, and they just didn't know the end when to pull out.
I think they kind of hoped that they would be spammed down a little bit more with the help of like Power Shot and the Shadow Poison, and then wait for like someone to be at half HP. But Spirit Breaker already TP'd back. He's the one that got low. He TP'd back and then he charges back in. So that kind of point of initiation's already a moot. I thought I was missing a kill. And
he's fine.
The Shackle didn't latch as well. So EHOME just had really good positioning, and they were confident in taking the fight because they had the vision over there. So that's kind of why they felt that burst of confidence.
Well, an Old Chicken now returns to the stacks, and this time there's not going to be a Fnatic hanging around. So
I'm impressed with EHOME's positioning though in that fight. Like Darkseer's close enough to not get shackled, not be a shackled targetee to the backside, and he's close enough to vacuum wall like before the Eclipse comes out. So that was like just really, really well played by EHOME. And then on top of that, the follow-up Winter's Curse to ensure Mushi's death was also a very, very nice play. But, on the side of Fnatic, they're kind of lacking a mech, which is, like, you have a worse teamfight lineup on top of lacking a mech. That's like, I really don't want a teamfight. We shouldn't, or we're going to lose the fights. So, if you're them, you want to do your own Ancients and try and compete farm for farm.
There we go. Smoke up from EHOME. Are they going to lead in with this one? Yes, they are. Trying to get the Arctic Burn slow onto the clockwork, which they do. But Fnatic are ready to turn. Hookshot from DJ coming in onto Kaka. Bringing him low, but EHOME are there to fight, and they'll get the ult onto DJ and pulling him back with the vacuum as well. Eclipse comes out from Mushi, but he's going to be held in place here by the Winter's Curse. 11 just tanking up a lot of damage. The defensive disruption is there to avoid the charge, but the wall's been popped out now. Now with the Sonic Wave as well, Fnatic have to be careful about chasing across this wall. They'll heal up Old Chicken here with a cold embrace.
I don't think they heard the buyback. Looks like he's coming back in. He does have a hook shot not available.
He's not going to be able to do a lot with this buyback, DJ.
Ooh, that's rough. They wasted Eclipse, too. Again, a good wall. Like, what are you going to do? Do you really want to walk up at that point and get destroyed?
A bit of a messy fight there from Fnatic. Yeah. And, coming out a little bit worse for wear on the back of gold because of DJ's
still, it's better than with them walking up the hill, get hit by, like, a Vacuum's wall into Winter's Curse Sonic Wave, like, while Bristle Quills are stacking him. That's just really bad. So, this Bristle is being a big pain in the butt. Like, he doesn't have that much farm. He's number 4 in terms of net worth, but, like, how is he going to die, especially with, like, Ion Shell on him? He's going to just be such a big problem because they don't have enough burst for him. And he can actually tank the Eclipse right now. Still priority number 1. Killing this kitty.
Yeah, they've got to kill Mushi, especially if he's getting that BKB on fairly surely. Stacks building up are going to help out a lot if a Fnatic.
Uh-oh. That's an Orchid. Orchid against Dazzle and Shadow Demon is incredibly good.
And getting a lot of space as well. I mean, this Corp's going to have like an item on top of the Orchid fairly surely as well.
Yeah. They're doing a good job of like limiting the burst. Like they I don't know, it seems like they like almost overcommit defensive cooldowns though on the Mushi. Like the Grave and the Disruption overlap on the other side and whatnot.
Yeah, there's a little bit of panic play from Fnatic. Oh, the Disruption this time. Very nice. Mushi's going to get out safely. Net may have sacked his own life though for this one. He's trying to juke it around the tree line here. But there's only so much he can do. And he turns around, gets a bit of poison out. The bashes come out from Kaka, and they'll get the kill onto the Shadow Demon. But nonetheless, of course, the bigger plays being made in the terms that they save Mushi from that one. And talking about Mushi, he'll now head to the stacks. He's got 1100 on top of the Ogre Club, so BKB round the corner potentially for the man. And I mean, BKB's, yeah, it's going to be pretty good.
BKB is like almost always necessary on Luna.
Oh yeah, because you're so squishy.
Yeah, you just have to get it.
You need to get something like that, yeah.
Oh. That's bad for her. Again, the Orchid on the Queen of Pain. Devastating. This is kind of what I expected from Siler in that other game.
Oh, Lanham. Oh, we're going to see an Eclipse come out here from Mushi. He's not got the vision, though, to chase down Lanham. Lanham's going to be fine. He gets over the tree line. 11's hanging around on the sidelines as well.
He has a blink.
Get out. Yeah.
So they can easily go in for a kill.
And Old Chicken on the front lines on this tier 1 push. Fnatic are about. DJ does have a hook shot if he wants to try and jump in. It's going to be hard to do so. Wall's back online for 11, and look at Old Chicken go. Surged up, he's going to run up to the high ground. DJ pops the cogs here.
Yeah, but now Luna's isolated with no Eclipse. So I don't think they know that she's there, but if this fight breaks out...
If they find Mushi, yeah, she is very low. He's just going to go for the straight TP out.
They clean up some of the stacks. That's not that bad. But they haven't been able to get any mileage out of the Hamo Dominator. It was only a 3 stack to begin with. And I think she had it like around 15 maybe even a little bit earlier. I think maybe like 13. So that's like 10 minutes and you only get 2 stacks out of your HOD. That's not value. But kind of, you know, that's kind of a team decision though, trying to take this stack out. That was
what was DJ building there on the clock? Let's go for the Force, yeah, okay. So nearly got that one done. There's an Invis rune here. Looks like he's just going to save it, let the Bristleback take that one here. Yeah, for the bottle.
Uh-oh, Mushi, no BKB yet.
This is the high priority kill.
Oh, he's not going to TP out in time. And, oh, what? They didn't go for him?
Wow. Damn, yeah.
I guess they didn't have vision.
Yeah, they may be scared about the wraparound.
Look at it from their point of view, though. I guess they
couldn't see the full 4 of them mid, yeah.
They had this ward, though, behind them, so I'm actually a little bit surprised they didn't go for it.
Actually charging across now towards the mid lane here. Old Chicken moving in, and there's OTY looking for a Sonic Wave, pops the BKB, trying to get himself in a good position. DJ actually missing the hook, goes straight across to Mushi. The vacuum wall is very nice from the side of EHOME, and now with the Winter's Curse follow up as well. Aho's trapped out there, is a Shallow Grave on himself, but almost certainly still going to. There's the Sonic Wave from CTY, bursts down the Dazzle, the charge free from Kaka, chasing down Black, the Shackle Shot will cancel the charge, but CTY just blinks forward, he's got the clean up, they're chasing down Mushi as well, and they'll find that one there, a 4th pick.
11.
And I mean, Dark's 11. He didn't have a great time in lane, but he certainly knows what to do in these team fights. Yeah.
What a vacuum wall. Jeez. They even got like a lot of close range sacks during it too. That's devastating, man. It was still a good jump though. They're like, okay, well, someone got Orchid. Okay, we have to use a disruption on him, and then you're kind of screwed after all the other initiation comes out. So very well executed by EHOME.
Very nice done. They'll get Roshan off the back of this as well. No way the Fnatic can stop this one. And that'll make it even easier to just run at the side. Fnatic in the next fight.
I guess what do you do now? You wait for BKBs if you're Fnatic, and then do you even go for team? I don't think you go for team fight. You can't go for team fights.
You have the damage. Yeah, you need more items, don't you?
I mean, can you survive? You can't survive. You can't split push because of Spirit Breaker. Like, I don't know. Luna's strength is being able to, like, she's AFK farming very well. Maybe not as good as Anti-Mage, but still pretty darn good, and much better at team fighting than Anti-Mage. And she's also really good at 5-man early pushes because of the Lunar Blessing. And they haven't really pushed her into one of those two roles yet. They tried to contest the Ancients, they lost that, and then after that, like, okay, screw it, let's just try and catch up by farming. But now EHOME's like so far ahead in gold, and the BKB is not even terribly useful because of the Bristle Spray, the Nether Strike. Even like the wall is like okay damage, I suppose.
Oh, the fact they got Greaves as well on 11 on the dark side. These fights aren't going to be pretty for Fnatic. Top lane, ult from the Spirit Breaker onto Mushi. Holding him in place. He does get out the Eclipse here, but BKB's popped by CTY. Nice defensive from disruption from net buying some time, and Kaka getting incredibly low, but the Greaves are popped. They've got the Cold Embrace as well. They'll keep Kaka alive. And now Mushi dead for 50 seconds. Net's on the sidelines, but CTY spotted him out. He'll go down as well. And the vacuum again. Doesn't catch them in the wall, but it doesn't matter. The curse comes out from Lanham. DJ getting low. He'll go down. They'll chase down Ohio as well. They may even just find Black. Now, Black will be able to blink out. They'll get the TP out here as well on the Dazzle. So 2 of them surviving, but they lose 3 again. And They just don't have an answer for these team fights, and CTY.
They really don't.
Just cleaning up, triple kill. I mean, this is, at this point, it's not looking great for Fnatic.
What's sad is that they had like so many good early kills.
They had a good start. I mean, it was like 4-0. They weren't losing anyone in lane. They were getting a lot of farm on Mushi's Luna. But it's just crumbling now at this point, and EHOME just have more than enough to take every fight and come out on top. This is going to be the top tier one going here.
Yeah. Versus this sort of lineup, you have to like crush your lanes. But it's just... Oh. He has Aegis. And a lot of heal.
Okay, DJ's hookshotting in here. EHOME might want to... Do they want to turn, or are they going to play it safe?
I mean, they wait for them to come in on Old Chicken. If they come in on Old Chicken, then they turn around and fight. If not, then you just walk away. Old Chicken's... He's like always in a really good position, too. He's like... Up in front, it's like, if I go in there, I want to tank a lot of close range stacks. But if I don't go on, if I go on them, they're just gonna own us with like a blink vacuum initiation. I really like his positioning in these team fights, though. I think he's been playing very well, especially like this ancient fight. I think that was the defining moment for this game, where he was like always up in front. He was also like doing the ancient, so like, okay, if you guys aren't gonna come, I'm just gonna farm this. And then he's up here. He doesn't get hit by Shackle. He also tanks all of it and manages to kind of have a huge teamfight victory because he's not afraid to die.
Okay, CTY, very far out and very low down. It does all kid up DJ. DJ didn't have the hook shot there nonetheless, so wasn't going to be able to control him at all. CTY will be fine, but I think as well a nice pickup here from the Spirit Break, the fact that he's now running that Shadow Blade. So we've obviously seen before how disruptive Net's been on the Shadow Demon in terms of cancelling his charges, but now if he's able to sneak past it with the SB and get that initial bash on someone like Mushi, just trying to lock him down, make sure he can't get off the Eclipse, it's going to make these fights just that little bit easier for EHOME and Mushi.
They don't even care about the Eclipse, honestly. They just like...
That's true at this point. The damage is...
It's more like, can they kill him before he pops his BKB?
Yeah.
But even if he BKBs, you just Winter's Curse him, so it's like, it's not that big of a deal.
Well, mid lane. It looks like they'll find a tier 2 here, and I don't know if Fnatic are going to want to do anything about this.
Nope.
They're going to jump forward into this? I mean, Black's looking for a
not with
potential
the
shackle shot.
Not with the Aegis, man. Let's see.
It is risky. I mean, they have landed a nice shackler, but yeah, they've got to be so careful of EHOME now. EHOME are going to still very, very scary.
This guy's Superman. Aegis, Ion Shell.
Yeah, you're not killing this Bristleback.
Surge.
You're not killing him.
Even with like negative armor, they're still not really compelled to kill him.
Well, Shackle once again, but they just
need
don't
the
want to
deeps,
go.
Man.
Yeah, they've got to wait. Wait until either EHOME overextends or they themselves, Fnatic, get themselves a few more items on this Luna, really, before they can just run into a fight. So.
They have no mobility on their team, aside from Wind Ranger. Like, even if you get like a vacuum wall, like Hookshot's not going to counter-initiate that. And like your supports need to stay close enough to Mushi so that he doesn't die. So like right now their lineup doesn't have enough threats.
Wyvern moving in. He's going to dispel part of this smoke here. They're going to see them all here. They might get a free kill onto Lanham, but he knows he's going to get the ability to cold embrace himself. There's going to be a charge through onto Net. Lanham's still alive here. Does get off the Winter's Curse in time to hold Black in place.
The gem.
But they don't have any follow-up here. DJ's actually taking the gem, and now Kaka, he's going to go down. So, well, double kill for Black. The fact that the Wyvern was a little bit caught on his own.
Yep.
Paying off very nicely there for Fnatic.
And pass him a free gem. That's huge.
They might even... Can they get 11 here? Black's looking for a potential shackle, but won't find the angle. I mean, I guess we're seeing the strength there of the fact that, when Fnatic...
Oh, they're good at not team fighting.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. When they fight an EHOME aren't grouped up as 5, it can be golden for Fnatic.
Yeah. Dark Zero is not there to save him or bail him out of that one. Still looks like they still want to contest 4 on 5, realizing that the Ion Shell Bristle can do a lot of work.
They blink forward there, look for a shackle onto CTY, but CTY was there with the blink out of time.
That's a good play from Black.
Yeah, I mean, it's these little things, just being able to catch someone out is going to be big. They've got a hook shot back online for Chrissy, but I don't know if you want to, now the fact that EHOME have got all 5 back up, you think you just kind of take what you got there, Fnatic. It's quite a lead here still for the side of EHOME in terms of net worth and XP, 20k. They've got a long way to go, Fnatic, if they want to try and rip this one back round.
Luna's just too poor.
Is he going for it? Nah. There's a charge onto Mushi there, but he needs more. He's got Darks here moving in as well, and they do have a wall. Question is if they want to try and commit onto Mushi here. Pings are coming out as well onto Bristleback, and they're going to go for it here. Charge straight across onto Mushi here. 11's not there, but Lanham is. They'll start to get the deeps in. There's a Shallow Grave and a BKB coming out. They have an Eclipse as well, so Mushi might be able to change the Shadow Blade. The Glimmer Cape, in fact, being popped down on Spirit Breaker will allow him to get away. Winter's Curse has been dropped onto Black, holding him back. Old Chicken's found the kill onto the SD. Black's got a run, but there's a charge flying through it. EHOME kind of getting pulled apart here as they decide who to go for. They're going to opt for the killer onto Mushi, and CTY should be able to find it here yet with the Soul Burn from the Orchid. DJ looks for the TP out, is going to make it. They can't cancel that one. Now with the Goo onto Ohio, they'll chase him down, search for Old Chicken, closing the gap onto this Dazzle. They'll find him. The Shackle won't latch here on Black either, but he blinks out, so he'll be fine. But again, another fight where we're seeing that when EHOME do turn up with a full roster, Fnatic just can't do anything about it at this point.
Pretty much. The supports are just like, they're there to make Mushi stronger, but he's not strong enough to kind of do that much on his own. So it's a lineup where they lack a lot of damage until Wind Ranger gets her next item. But she, you know, this game might end before she finishes the Daedalus.
Tier 3 falling here on the bottom lane. Fnatic still 2 men down. High on the Dazzle from the sidelines, and Mushi on his Luna. Black looking for a Shackle. Might actually connect here again, but even if it did, don't know if you want to be running out into that Bristleback. He's still pretty scary. And we're closing in on the time where Roshan's going to be back up. We should see ourselves how long the respawn's going to be. And it's a very short respawn. So this could really play into the hands of EHOME if they hang around and pick up the Aegis here. And then try and go high ground against Fnatic. Because we're already seeing when they fight into 5, they can't really come out top. And fighting into 6 is just going to be another level of pain here for the side of the Radiant.
Not enough mana on Darkseer right now to execute a huge combo. So kind of just gearing up for probably one more fight. EHOME, honestly, they just need to stick together. If they're stuck together, like you can stall long enough with like Cold Embrace and Winter's Curse to just win the team fight. So Fnatic, I think they just need to smoke like immediately and go for a kill. They do have pretty good wards up, but like if you see EHOME going into Roche, what are you gonna do? You can't go in.
Much. You just
so they have to fight them before they fight. And late game, if you just play passively and farm, you're not going to win out because Luna's still like not in the territory of being scary, especially with the CTY just being out of control.
Yeah, he's so far ahead.
Yeah,
He's a crazy amount ahead. 19k against the 11k of Luna.
Okay,
they're going to smoke here.
This is it.
I mean, is this a smoke and go Roche or smoke and go kill and then go Roche?
Smoke and get a kill.
Okay.
Like.
Oh, okay, they get a Shackle onto Old Chicken, and this is a lot of damage, but the Cold Embrace coming out in time here. Mushi, even with the Eclipse, Lucid Beams, it's not enough to bring down Bristleback, and now the fight goes again. This vacuum and the wall drop down. The Cog's actually playing against Chrissy here as it traps in his own team. Mushi's going to get bursted down low. He's still trying to fight back here, but he'll almost still certainly fall, and he will. 4 are dead on the side of Fnatic. Now with the charge across onto the Shadow Demon. He's up on the cliff. And he's going to now be down in his grave as Net gets taken down as well. Triple kill for CTY.
That was a good idea, though. It was just a Glimmer Cold Embrace was way too strong.
Yeah,
like, I don't know which one you ban out. Do you ban out the Darkseer or the Winter Wyvern next game? Like,
I think you ban out the Darkseer, to be fair. I mean, I think you just draft differently around the Wyvern pick, maybe get some more. I don't know, magical news. They don't really have a lot of magical burst, really.
I mean, they both owned. CTUI also destroyed them.
Yeah, you've got to take the Quap away from EHOME, definitely.
Do you? There's so many heroes that you need to take out.
I think the Quap's got to be a priority here. There's a reason why this hero is like top
I mean,
tier
there's still like Tusk and other stuff like that, dude.
I guess, but this man's been very good on the ground. He's been incredibly active, but at the same time, he's farmed insanely well as well.
Yeah, CTY's really developed into something else.
He's not died a single time. I mean... And that's even against a team that's got a fair bit of catch potential with an SD, a Wind Ranger, and a Clockwork. You're just not killing this Quap.
I mean, even the Bristleback did a lot, though.
Yeah.
Like, him on the front line kind of let Quap to not die. So it's like, I don't know. Their lineup was just very... It just really came together, and their team play really synergizes with their lineup. Oh, that's a long Shackle.
Again, like the empty Shackle onto Old Chicken, but they just... It doesn't matter. I mean, he really doesn't care, Bristleback.
Yeah, he really doesn't.
That CTY positioning himself in the trees, just south. Yeah, he is. He's just chilling here at the moment. He's got a Sonic Wave backup, probably for the... I didn't get the... What's he got at the moment, CTY? How long to this Sonic Wave? No, he didn't go Ags this game, so he's still got to wait a fair bit. But he's got the Hex and he'll jump straight in. Looking for Black. CTY spot the BKB now. Chicken moves BKB as well. Running in. The wall again onto 2. Net and Ohio just getting destroyed by this Darkseer.
Over and over.
Yeah,
and
this
over.
man's walls have been on point every time. I don't think we've seen a single bad wall this game, to be fair. And which, as I said, was kind of a nice surprise from the beginning performance, where he got caught out a lot. But obviously SD very strong against the Darkseer lane. It's always going to be an issue in terms of getting yourself away when the team does decide to jump.
And they committed 3 heroes full time to that lane.
They did as well. It was not an easy lane.
Yeah, and top lane is a matchup that Clockwork simply can't win. So that's that's a win for CTY. And I think Old Chicken did surprisingly well in the mid lane too. I didn't expect him to have like even CS.
Against Black's win range.
I'd expect like 70% or 80%.
Yeah.
But
I mean, at this point they're just walking around, clearing out the base. And Fnatic, they might try and go for something here, but it's really going to be the last resort. They've got an Eclipse. Level 16 is on Mushy. He's going to try and come in from the backside, but DJ threads the needle. The hook shot missing everybody. CTY just pops the BKB. He does not care about the Eclipse. They've lost the Shadow Demon. And they'll probably lose Mushi here as well as EHOME surround him. Mushi's trying to turn around with the right clicks, but the Hex is coming out. Old Chick is moving in onto Black at the same time. And with the Winter's Curse, Sonic Wave beautifully across the field onto multiple units. There's a buyback here on Black, but GG's called. Fnatic will tap out. EHOME will take game 1. And in a game, they just got to the point where EHOME got ahead. And Fnatic, they were just never going to catch back up.
it's a pretty simple showcase of how strong Darkseer plus Winter Wyvern in combination is. Like, that was just so incredibly devastating. Even like even if you don't have any items, like he didn't need a blink for that one fight near the Roche pit at the Anxious. Like, you don't need any items. It's like, okay, we got 3 people, we Winter's Curse, and boom, if you have any sort of damage followed up, you win the fight. So Fnatic either need to go all in on the lanes, or they need to draft more team fight or stalling heroes like Keeper or something like that to kind of take EHOME out of their 5-man style. Even Beastmaster, kind of see them where they're coming and split push a little bit more.
But I think we were talking about the individual player performance for EHOME. Everyone there really had a fantastic game. Lanham, of course, on the Wyvern, making some very nice saves. We saw the power of that here, and it's just going to be. I think the most interesting thing really is going to be in game 2. What Fnatic do differently in the draft, and as you were saying, who they take away from EHOME if they do decide to take away some of these heroes that they've showcased their ability on this game. Because Fnatic have got reason to be very scared if they get their hands on similar heroes in game 2.
Yeah, maybe even something like a Silencer I think would work out, but they just let them get, okay, let's just get all the team fight heroes and destroy you at team fights.
It's pretty scary. GG indeed. We'll be back for game 2 between EHOME and Fnatic, so don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. It's been myself, ODPixel, and Merlini, and game 2 will be around the corner in just a few minutes.